Hey everybody, this is Michael with the blog for June the 11th, sorry, 2013. Just making sure to see if you're alert with the calendar as well as I am. Nah, I knew what the date was. It's June the 11th, 2013. With my blog for today, you know, this is one thing that comes to my mind because I think a lot like a detective, you know. Pastor G, I don't know if he's guilty of these things that are being laid on him or not. But I do know this, that, you know, there may be a reason, you know, why he left, California and why he left Tennessee. And it may be a pattern. Maybe he had problems there too, and maybe that's why he left. But yet he failed to talk about that in the other churches where he came when he came here to Virginia. There could be some possibility because, you know, people that do things like that sometimes aren't always truthful and they like to hide their past. That's why they run from it and they leave. You know, well, Pastor G is going to have to leave his Richmond home just like he had to leave the other homes because they got to replace it and fill it with the new minister. You know, because that house was bought, you know, that house was bought for the pastor to stay in. So when a new minister comes in, he's going to need a new place to live, and that's where he would live, you see? So, you know, like I'm saying, there may be a pattern here. You know, what happened here, you know? There may be some kind of pattern. But the thing is, you know, I had a rant yesterday on Facebook because I was angry because of the way people are like that, how they like to just, you know, report you for accidentally clicking on their name. And I think it's ridiculous, you know. I mean, people do it to me all the time, but I don't go and report them, and Facebook doesn't block them from getting requests. I get requests from people all the time, but I don't block them. I'm just like this. If I don't know you, I just don't respond. If I know you, then I check you out, see who you are, and that's what I do with everybody. And if I know you, well, then I, you know, will add you as a friend to my friends list. But if I don't know you, well, then I just don't respond to you, but I don't go and block you. But it's just a lot of ridiculous people that are out there on Facebook. I don't think everybody is, but I think a lot of people are just really childish and really crazy out there on Facebook. But the thing is, if somebody did something wrong and they were like in California, Tennessee, and they were in Virginia, and if they did do something wrong, it's like a pattern we see emerging here. He's leaving because he had to leave the church there, and he moved away, and then he went to Tennessee, and he had to leave the church there, and now he came here, started a ministry, and he had to leave the church there. And doesn't it look kind of weird how, you know, that seems like to be the theme. But yet he didn't disclose that information from the other places. He might have said, yeah, he preached there, but maybe he didn't tell all the information. Maybe he wasn't forthright with the information. I mean, there could be a pattern. I'm not saying there is, but it looks like it. And, you know, if someone's preyed on kids, and if he has done this, which I hope to God he has not, but if he has, then he'll have to answer for that. And, you know, this may be part of that pattern. Now, as far as the hearings go, to give you an update on Pastor G's, Greig of The Rock, he's resigned from there last week. And he is, according to people at The Rock, he's going to have to move because he can't stay in that house because the preacher needs to get in there. The new one that's coming in to come there to come there to be hired to fulfill the ministry there at The Rock. So he's going to need the house there so he can stay there. But anyway, but you know, the thing is, you know, so he's going to have to move. So it depends on where he moves. I'm sure the news people will be watching that. And so will the police, and anyone else will be watching that too, because he may try to start another rock church somewhere else in the United States. So right now he says that's all he's going to do, but he might have said that in the other areas too. And then they waited a little while for things to calm down and quiet down, and he went and started a place up again somewhere else. So I hope to God that he didn't do anything wrong with children. I really do, sincerely. But you know, it's looking more and more like he's probably had done something. So, but his sentence hearing will be it will be like in June, I think he has to go to court on the 23rd or 25th or something like that. So, his hearing will be June during that time. So let's be in prayer and let justice be revealed, and let it be revealed righteously, and that he won't be falsely accused or falsely put in jail for a crime that he didn't do if he didn't do it. It was evidence to vindicate him and clear him of these charges. But otherwise, if he did do it, then he'll be sentenced for what he really did do, not allegedly, but what he actually really did, because it's unequivocal or undoubtable evidence that proves that he did do this stuff to these children. But otherwise than that, let God be the judge before we all are so quick to judge and gossip on Facebook and anywhere else we're gossiping on a social platform. And let's just wait and see what happens. We'll see what happens, what comes out of the pressure cooker over time, because the truth will always come out. It always does. And then we'll finally know what really is going on with Pastor Greig from Iraq. He's resigned, and so we'll have to see if he starts another church somewhere else, or if he really is going to go to jail for these charges that he's done to where he's molested these teenagers. And so we'll see. I hope in his case it didn't happen, but if it did, he'll have some explaining to do. Anyway, I hope everybody has a nice day. It's very hot outside. I hope you're in a nice, cool place, because it's definitely summer time. And you definitely need to stay cool. But I'll see you later. See ya. And, of course, this is my blog for today. DeSilvis Media, the Freedom Network. See ya.